slowly becoming an old favorite. Please welcome to the stage the very funny Mr. Matt Beck.
How's everybody doing? That sounds real fucking exciting. I was faced with a life-deciding choice this evening. Should I attend yet another back-to-school night for my oldest daughter, or should I come to Puck and make a total ass out of myself? So did I make the right decision? Yeah. Maybe I should have went to back-to-school night. I had an open ready, and then Ben started talking about being in the shower with his roommate taking a shit, and it took me back to a childhood time that we used to go to the Poconos every summer for a month, and my sister and I used to have this game we used to play. When we'd pull in the driveway of the cabin, we'd jet out of the car. First one in the house would hide. And since I was the fastest, I always got to hide. I run in the house, run into the bathroom, and I jump in the shower and pull the curtain shut and leave the lights off. Now I think she's never going to find me because she's never going to look in the bathroom. So I'm in the shower a couple seconds and the light goes on and I start to get nervous because maybe she's smart enough to look there, which she's not. So I hear the door close. I'm standing in the shower by myself. I hear the toilet seat go up. And a couple seconds later I hear a knock at the door. And I hear my aunt, who's 75 years old, say, "I'm in here." So I had to hide in the shower while my 75-year-old aunt took a shit. So Ben, I'm sorry, but your roommate jumping out and smacking him in the face is one thing, but listening to your 75-year-old aunt take a shit's pretty fucking life-changing. The reason that I chose to come here was that I would be going to a back-to-school night and I'd be sharing a follow the roster night with my fat, bipolar, trailer-dwelling ex-wife. She has made my life pretty much a living hell. And fuck that. Forget about that. Well, we're not going to go there because that's way longer than a few minutes. This morning, I had to take our dog to the vet. Unfortunately, I found out that he popped his kneecap and possibly pulled his ACL. And I didn't know this was possible for anything other than a human. With that being said, and all these things going on in my head, I got a little bit of an uplifting speech when my 5-year-old daughter was getting ready to go out, and I look down and she's sitting on her floor completely naked and looks down between her legs and says, "Daddy, my pee-pee is so white." And I said, "It's gonna fucking stay like that until you get married." And I told my wife the story and she says, no, that's fine. I'm like, "What are you promoting premarital sex for our children?" And she says, "No, but you're promoting premarital sex for our children when they're still in our house." And she says, "Well, it does happen." I said, "Well, it can't happen." She's like, "I just hope you're not asleep on the couch next to her." What was that?
Sorry.
Thanks, Danny.
I'm sorry.
I've been wanting to do this since I came here, and I know that Danny's videotaping me, and I have this friend that I've known for 20 fucking years, and you're a prick, Brian. You told me you'd be here the first night I was on. You still haven't showed the fuck up, and I'm going to YouTube this right to you, and I hope you watch it. You suck dick.
I got all of that.
A few weeks ago, I was walking up to the second floor of our house, and from my 5-year-old's bedroom, I hear giggling, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So I get a little closer to the door because it's half open, and I hear
"Oh, that tickles. Do it again. Elmo likes that."
So I just, all right, they're playing with the Elmo doll. It's no big deal. I figure I'll let them go. I go in my room to get ready for work, and I hear it again.
Elmo loves that when you do that.
So now I got to find out what's going on. So I go into the bedroom, and there's our youngest laying on the bed with her legs spread wide open. And my middle daughter has the Tickle Me Elmo. She's rubbing the Tickle Me Elmo up and down between our daughter's legs. I just look at her and I say, what are you doing? And in the background, fucking Elmo's,
Oh, do it again. Elmo likes that.
so I look at her and I said, what are you doing to your sister? And she says, well, she likes it, Daddy. I was like, well, it's fine, but your mother doesn't like it when I do it. I wasn't doing it to my daughter. So I grabbed the Elmo doll and I walked down the hallway, and the whole time I got the Elmo on my shoulder, and all he's saying in my ear is going,
You motherfucker. I was finally getting myself a little bit of ass.
and I say, you know what, Elmo, let me just take you back to Sesame Street and have you have that African American shove his hand up your ass. Where am I going? Let's see. Okay, when I told you the dog hurt himself, and just brought up another story about our 8-year-old, I watched a YouTube video that when there is an injury of this sort, you can massage the muscle of the dog. So you need to picture that my dog's laying on the floor, and I'm down on my hands and knees, and I'm rubbing his inner thigh. And his eyes are closed, he's on his back, his paws are in the air, the look on his face is totally euphoric. And my 8-year-old walks up behind me and leans over my head and says, Daddy, what's the matter? Are you rubbing Larry's pee-pee? I was like, amazingly, even though it looks like that, no, I'm not, honey. One last story, real quick, if I can, Ben.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. When Erin, our 8-year-old, was about 3, we're sitting in her bedroom, and we're reading a story. It was the Canadian alphabet. So we make it through letter A, and we get to letter B, and it's a picture of a beaver. Well, I say B is for, and Erin says, dog. I said, no, honey, it's not a dog, it's a beaver. So she says, Daddy, what a beaver is? I was like, well, let me think here. A beaver is, they make dams, they live in the wilderness. Well, could people have beavers as a pet, Daddy? I said, you know what? Your daddy knew somebody that had a beaver once. Really? Who had a beaver, Daddy? Your mommy used to have a beaver. Meanwhile, my wife is in the next room taking a shower. I said, you know what, Erin? Why don't you go next door and ask your mommy if she still has a beaver? Sure enough, she walks right in the bathroom. What do you need, honey? Mommy, do you have a beaver? I still haven't gotten a blowjob. Since that, she's now 8, and I'll tell you what, I love blowjobs. Everybody have a good night. Thank you very much. Don't forget your bartender.
Matt Beck, ladies and gentlemen, keep it rolling. Canadian alphabet. A, B, A, C, A, D, A, right? Fucking queebs. I want to apologize to any Canadians in the crowd. My brother actually came up with a racial slur for Quebecians, which is queeb. I was like, visiting him in school. He went to school at St. Lawrence in northern New York. I was like, man, that kid is fucking good at hockey. He's like, yeah, but he's a fucking queeb. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Taking American racism to a whole new level, right? Oh, Canadians. All right.